If we take a look at setup, I mean, look at that one on the left-hand side now, how narrow the...
Gosh, it does look like a pigeon toad.
Exactly, yeah. And you would have sworn blind when you stood there in that position, oh, my feet are square. Or at least maybe flared out a little. This, to you, probably does feel a little bit Charlie Chaplin-ish.
Yes, it does, but it
in
doesn't
reality,
look it,
I mean, you could maybe bring him in a little bit. I think the left one for me, I was going to be a little bit more open at least, because that's the one you're moving on to. But ideally, if you can have them both flared out, absolutely fine. It just increases that range of motion. So your previous swing here now, the stuff with the left wrist we talked about is great. Your left wrist now nice and flat at the top of the backswing, so you're controlling that club face. The thing is now is to move onto that left foot as much as you can. Now, the right foot will often indicate what you have or haven't done, yeah? So as you come back down to impact here now, the fact you're kind of creasing on this back foot means you haven't really shifted your weight that much, yeah?
Okay.
And if you don't shift the weight to target, with the square club face now, there's a pretty good chance that golf ball now is going to be going left to target. Yeah, it'll be going off to left because it's your way of stopping the ball slicing right. You just swing everything left off the back foot. You look at the difference in this movement here now. Again, same good left wrist position. So from here now, there's going to be a bump with that left hip towards target. You've never had that much movement before in your lower half towards target, okay? Arms moving down as you shift. Good strike of the golf ball. And look at your right foot now.
Okay, aha.
That's a very, very different follow through. That to me now is a golfer that's moved through the ball.
So when I always video myself playing, my phone's in the car actually, this is a good one then.
Yeah, that's the one you want to try and see. The hips are fully rotated. The fact your foot, I remember years ago when I was having lessons, the pros said, you can always tell a good golfer. I was like, what was that? I said, I haven't got many creases on their shoe there. Yeah, because if you're like this, you haven't shifted your weight. Exactly. I mean, to be fair, you get them when you walk anyway. It was a bit like an old wives' tale. But there was an element of if you move your body better and you end up more on your toe, your right foot now is not going to be creasing that shoe as much. In theory, that's the idea. But yeah, for me, the movement you can see there now, that's great, yeah? You're shifting towards your left side as the arms start coming down. So yeah, but the thing is now, because the ball wasn't curving off to the right as much, and as you said, it's all going left, it now makes sense for you to move that hip in that direction. If the ball was just curving off to the right all the time, you're not going to want to do that. No. It's like saying from memory now, I'm going, your 18th green, if you were back of the green and the putting back towards the tee, it's a left to right slope, yeah? Yeah. No part of your brain's going to hit that ball right at target, is it? Because it's like, well, if I go right, it's just going to keep going right.
I've been doing left over the trees, which is a good position.
Exactly, yeah. Actually, so if you've got a left to right putt or a left to right shape shot, your brain's going to say, well, you've got to start this ball left to target. Now, obviously, you can't change greens, but you can change ball flight by changing that club, which is you've done. Yeah, the left wrist is what's created that better club face. And now the ball is actually going straight. You almost got to reread the green, if that makes sense. Yeah, and actually move it now back to target, and that's going to come from that hip shift. Yeah, if you can move your hips that way, that means the club. I mean, you're going from the end of that blue line there to their impact. So you moved all the way across there, right? You look at this one here now. Okay, you probably just go through that blue line. When you finish, a bit more that line. So you're moving a little bit. You're going to move a little bit, but there's certainly a lot more movement in that right side, or that right image, where you're getting up onto your toe. So as the hips start moving down, so the club starts moving down, I should say, the hips start moving. And if you want to practice that stepping drill, when you start off, maybe get yourself in a preset and then move the foot back. So it's going to be kind of back behind the golf ball. So when you step, you're stepping into sort of a reasonable ball position. If you start with both of your feet here kind of together and you step here, the ball would just seem so far back in your stance. I mean, you probably missed the ball. Yeah. So they might be worth just starting off as a practice drill, yeah, or practice swing to get the feel for that. If you want to try and hit golf balls, yeah, go for it. But you saw it's quite tricky to do anyway. And what you don't want to do is have a really good feel. When you first made that drill, you went, this feels different. This feels strong. This feels powerful. This feels efficient. And then you then hit the first shot and you go, oh, dear, I've hit a terrible shot. Because then you're not going to want to keep doing that, are you? So, makes sense?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Let's have some more then. Really, really good. Yeah, great shift there with that lower half. So get the feet working a little bit more flared out. And then you can move just a bit more efficient there, Sean. And some really good shots.